evening, we're talking about the arrest of 21-year-old Disha Ravi. Before anything, it's absolutely necessary to break down the lens to which the police went to arrest her. On Saturday noon, 5 Delhi police officials reached Disha's house in Bengaluru, where she lives with her mother. They told the mother they were taking Disha for questioning in connection with a toolkit on farmer protests which was shared on Twitter by climate activist Greta Thunberg. You would think they took her to a nearby police station, right? She was taken from her house, put on a plane, taken to Delhi, and reportedly arrested there. Now, numerous High Court orders on the procedure to be followed while detaining a person in another state, including seeking a transit remand from local courts, were violated. More than one source in the Bengaluru police have confirmed to The Hindu that they were not even kept in the loop and did not know of the developments till the Delhi police, which is under the Home Ministry, had left the city with Disha Ravi. All of this for a toolkit, a Google document that is open access, available online, and is doing the rounds on social media on what the farmers' protests are all about and how, if interested, one could amplify those voices. To be honest, that is the very definition of a toolkit. It's a manual of sorts. After Greta Thunberg retweeted this toolkit on the 4th of February, the Delhi police had filed an FIR against its unknown creators for waging what they called was a social, cultural, and economic war against the government of India. This is the FIR under which Disha was arrested on Saturday, kept overnight in custody, and then produced in court on Sunday. Thunberg deleted her tweet after the FIR was filed, but then put out another tweet with the toolkit. The Delhi police is alleging that the toolkit was a playbook for all the violence that broke out on Republic Day, including that coordinated social media storm. The charges against Disha are sedition, criminal conspiracy, promoting hatred, and other sections of the IPC. That document is available for all to see. One still doesn't know which part, which version, which line of it the police are claiming is an offense. The police allege that Disha is one of the main editors who created that document. They also mention a WhatsApp group where this conspiracy was hatched, where Disha worked very, very closely with a pro-Khalistan group called the Poetic Justice Foundation to spread disaffection against India. Now, the link between Disha and Greta is that Disha is one of the founders of Fridays for Future, or FFF India. This is a global student movement started by Greta in 2018, demanding action from governments on the climate crisis. As a founder of FFF India, Disha has been in the limelight for her persistent efforts to fight climate change. Remember, this is also the same organization that was branded a terror organization under UAPA and later banned under the Information Technology Act by the Delhi police for all the constructive noise that the organization created around the draft Environmental Impact Assessment Notification 2020. Both those charges were withdrawn by the Delhi police later. But this is just to say that this is not Disha's first time on the centre's radar. When she was produced in Delhi's Patiala House Court on Sunday, the 21-year-old had to argue her own case in court. Her legal team claims they were not even aware of which court she was to be produced in and when. The magistrate did not even wait for her legal counsel to arrive. Neither was any legal aid arranged for her. In a post, senior advocate Rebecca John has called this a shocking abdication of judicial duties. Many other legal experts agree. Disha, while arguing her own case, reportedly broke down. She told the judge that she had edited 2 lines in the toolkit and that she wanted to support the farmers' protest. That didn't cut ice with the magistrate, who sent her to a 5-day police custody. Rebecca John, in her post, also points out to a small but crucial detail here. It was a Sunday. A metropolitan magistrate deputed as a duty magistrate was hearing the case. They usually take up small cases on Sundays. They have the power to send someone to judicial custody if they believe they are a threat to public order. Disha's case is not petty, neither are the charges against her. Legal experts say that the duty magistrate should have at best kept her in custody for one day till a judicial magistrate could hear her case on Monday and decide. And yet, we find ourselves here. A 21-year-old with no prior criminal records has been sent to jail for 5 days to allow the police to interrogate her. The police have seized her mobile phone and laptop. They claim to have technical evidence against her, but that's about it. A few days ago, the Delhi police had asked Google and Instagram to provide information about email IDs, URLs, and certain social media accounts that were related to the creators of the toolkit. The Times of India reports that a list was in fact compiled and presented to the police. Even as we speak, the Delhi police have acquired non-bailable arrest warrants for 2 other people. A Mumbai-based advocate called Nikita Jacob and one Shantanu Muluk for being creators of the toolkit and allegedly being in touch with pro-Khalistan elements, including on a Zoom call. The police have claimed Nikita is a member of the Aam Aadmi Party. The party has denied that claim. Nikita has filed a transit bail application in a Mumbai court that comes up for hearing tomorrow. We'll keep you updated on this toolkit conspiracy, but before I go, I want to say this much. Anyone who works in social media, digital media, or has been part of any campaign online knows that a toolkit is a legitimate document used during campaigns. It contains reading material on the context of the campaign or the protest, news article links, hashtags, methods of protest, including on social media, all of this so that people can make informed decisions. Political parties use it all the time to spread their message. Bollywood stars use it all the time. The tweet storms from so-called social media influencers on any issue happens via toolkits. Trolls function on toolkits, which brings me to wonder, what's the message being sent here? Till the courts take cognizance of some of these things that we spoke about today, many of the stakeholders are having a field day, tainting a 21-year-old girl in police custody for supporting the farmers' protests. A toolkit being framed as a secret weapon or a secret tool or a conspiracy, and several others being tainted with the anti-national terrorist Khalistan tag. Think about it. We'll keep you updated. I'm Anubha Bhosle, Pallavi and Self-Thought. This was Newsworthy.